Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Special guest in the building. His album is out right now.
That's right, Mr. Wonderful.
Action Bronson.
We're here. Thank you, guys.
He's got the Alchemist with him.
That's right. Producer extraordinaire. What's up, sir?
What's up? What's up?
Can I just say, Action Bronson, you look like you slimmed down a lot.
I did.
Quickly.
I lost 40 pounds.
How'd you do that so quick?
It wasn't that quick. I was on the way when we met last time, but I just been, eating right and getting it together.
What's eating right for you? What's eating right?
Eating right because I usually, I eat at terrible times. So in the morning I start off with a banana shake with peanut butter and some raw cocoa. And
I do that twice a day.
Do you?
Yeah,
Peanut butter and raw
protein
cocoa?
shake.
Yeah.
But then I hit the ginger shot, wheatgrass, about 2 gallons of water a day.
Nice.
Just walking around, just going in.
Now, I saw you at the food truck at South by Southwest. That
Yup.
food you was giving out didn't look healthy, though.
It was not healthy whatsoever. That was the one time, I let it go a little bit down there, I'm not going to lie. I ate a lot of beef ribs.
It's the brisket in Austin, man.
The brisket was out of control. The beef ribs was out of control. But the food that I was serving, the people loved it. It was like, it's something that everyone could eat down there. It's fried potatoes with gravy, cheese, and brisket. Everyone loved it.
Did you cook the food yourself?
I gave them the recipe.
Got you.
And then the girls that were...
You directed.
Yes, I directed. I produced it.
You produced it.
I produced the situation. Yeah, but the girls that were working on the truck, they killed it for me. They knocked out about 2,000 plates, and I just gave them all away. It was great.
Now, who comes up with those marketing plans? Because as a chef, do you feel like that, okay, that's stereotypical. You just going to make me serve out a food truck?
No, I wanted to do that because
Gotcha.
I feel like, connected with the fans, especially through food. It's what I'm known for.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
It makes sense, and down there, it's a food truck heaven in Austin. It's like, the biggest boom of food trucks in America.
The best marketing plans, I think, are the ones that make sense for who you are.
Exactly, and a lot of the ideas I come up with myself, but I can't execute it all the way, so we have the good people that are helping execute it, and that's just the way it goes.
Word. Now, I was listening to Mr. Wonderful. I didn't see the production credits yet, so I'm assuming Alchemist did a lot of joints.
He did 3 joints on it, yup.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
This is awkward that
What'd you
Alchemist
think?
is here because I had some
thought it was dope.
questions.
I thought it was dope.
You've been playing it all morning.
Yeah, it confused me a little bit, though, because some of the records wasn't no rap on them.
Yeah, I know. I was just, trying to do more of just like different pieces of music, not just only rap, because I gave out 10 projects of straight ridiculous rapping, you know what I mean? Just nonstop. So now this time I just wanted to take the time and just really like do the music I wanted to do.
Did Alchemist tell you should experiment a little? And
He was iffy about those joints at first, honestly, but then he came back around and, he was like, yeah,
He needed. I just felt like he's done so much already, but it was like, okay, now it's the major album on the label. You got to take it one step. Like, don't be afraid, because I feel like he sometimes gets put in a category that's like, keep it real rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
backpacks.
but he's not that.
Yeah.
He listens to salsa music. He listens to crazy.
he listens to salsa and eats salsa.
right.
So I felt like he needed to show that too.
Right.
Now, he said that on the record, Terry. He said you do a remix with Pitbull. And I had to think, I was like, wouldn't Bronson do a remix with Pitbull?
I'm going to tell you who the remix is going to be for that song. Me, Pitbull, and MF Doom.
Wow.
You got it done already.
I have the Doom verse. All we need is Pitbull. All we need is Pitbull.
Now, City Boy Blue, that sounded like a jam session.
Yeah,
It was just like kind of like a light hook on there.
that was just the better music, man. That song right there was specifically, City Boy Blues, A Light in the Attic, and Baby Blue. It's supposed to be like a little mini musical in between the album, So that starts it off. It's all about kind of like, relationship things, woes that I've gone through. And I just caught a bug. 88 Keys produced that one right there with Party Supplies, and he just played it for me, and I just couldn't rap to it.
Gotcha.
I couldn't catch a rhythm to rap or make it sound good at least. So it was like, I'm writing a song. I was listening to a lot of Billy Joel that day, and I was like, yo,
You
I'm
just
going
listen to
in.
anything. You listen to everything.
I actually
I
really
listen
like
to
Billy. I really
everything,
like
man.
Billy Joel's
Billy
greatest
Joel's
hits.
I
incredible.
had Billy Joel so far, her salsa.
Yeah.
Explain the Light in the Attic record, because it's addict like drug addict.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's a play on the Shel Silverstein book, A Light in the Attic.
Yeah.
A Light in the Addict is, it's kind of heroin-y. It's kind of, it's like dopey. It's like dope music. It's just Party Supplies and and the dude who wrote it, Sean, they were sniffing dope at the time and taking a lot of, hallucinogens as well. And that's just...
You say on the album you did acid for 10 days straight.
In the mountains.
In the mountains. Is that true or that's just rap?
That one's rap, but
Okay.
Admit that
it was 3 days.
You know what it meant? That music made me feel like I was taking acid for 10 days straight. That's what I meant.
Gotcha.
It's just like that Turkish funkadelic, man. It's just some next level music. They just like the music from all over the world is there's so much out there that you have not heard. You just need to. Like Al, he goes all over these places and just gathers records. We come back and we listen to them, and it's just like we can make beats from them, or I could just put them in my iTunes and just listen all day long, bump them in the car.
Now the name Mr. Wonderful, explain that.
Mr. Wonderful is just something my mother used to call me. It's kind of tongue in cheek, She used to, if you're like kind of like a mess up, or you do terrible things, or you act up all the time, Mr. Wonderful over here,
It's ironic.
It's like
It's
an OG
ironic.
wrestler name.
Exactly. Well, it's Paul Orndorff's name as well.
Paul Orndorff, yeah.
But he was also like a real jerk, so that's why it kind of played funny. I'm not really a jerk, but sometimes I could be mean.
You play one sometimes.
I play one on TV.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this. I was just talking about just you trying to experiment with different things.
Yep.
Did it make you nervous that your fans would be like, "What the hell is he doing?"
Of course, you don't want to. I mean, if they're real fans, they're gonna understand the growth and everything that needs to. Me musically, I came into the music thing late, So right now, I'm really just getting my feet under me. It's only been 5 or 6 years since I've been rapping, so I'm just really getting into music as a whole and understanding it more, and being able to use different vocals and stuff like that, because I was definitely scared or self-conscious about singing, but then I was like, you know what? All these other dudes can't sing they stink. And I definitely could throw some effects that make me sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan or something.
So that's you singing on Baby Blue?
That's me.
All right, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, is this him singing?
It's like Jim Morrison or something. It's like some 70s, some vibe.
Now, a chick had you in your feelings on that record,
Yeah,
though.
definitely.
Was that a true story?
It was a true. Oh, that's a true story. All that.
Heartbreak.
Like you bought her a crib?
Oh yeah. Come on.
How much was the house?
It's not that much.
Okay.
$1,900 a month.
That's a baby mom, or that's just some girl?
Well, yeah, it has a lot to do with that, but it's it's like a lot of relationships that go wrong in general. It's usually that's how it goes.
That's actually the first time I ever heard Chance the Rapper rap.
He rapped.
And I told him that last time I met him, like, I never heard a verse from you.
And he still didn't bother
or
to
a
go
song.
listen.
But I like Chance, though. He's a good kid. But that was the first
He's a
time
good
I
kid.
ever heard him spit was on your
I
project.
saw you guys
It
were
came
at South
through.
by Southwest together, too, performing.
Yeah, we did that. And I seen Charlamagne over there. He was hosting the
Woodies.
The Woodies.
Yep.
Did a good job over there with Nessa.
Yeah.
And
Now, I have some questions for you if you had to pick between two different things. Right?
All right, go ahead.
Some of these might be hard because Alchemist is right here.
Okay.
All right, Alchemist or Mark Ronson?
I mean, I have to go with Al.
Okay.
That's that Queens bias, too, because you grew up on Mobb Deep.
That's just what it is. You know
Okay,
what it is.
hubby or bae?
Who?
Good answer.
You gotta pick one.
Who?
Hubby
Good
or
answer.
bae?
For what are we referring to? What is
See?
that hubby?
Don't worry about it. Just your first instinct.
Nah.
You have to pick one.
Nah. I guess Bay.
All right, Coachella or South by Southwest?
Am I wrong
You
here?
know, you
I'm
was
sorry.
doing what? That was a good answer. What?
Coachella or South by Southwest?
South by. Coachella is amazing as well. I'm doing Coachella this year, by the way. It's amazing as well, but South by, you get this concentration of everybody down there. And it's just, that feels a good feeling down there. You moving from place to place, everyone's running to go see this person. Oh, I gotta leave for the last song. I gotta go run here and catch this person. It's just a cool feeling. It's it's a conference. I don't know.
And the food.
The food is
Like a
You gotta keep
festival.
it in Austin.
For real.
Yeah, you gotta keep it there. It's a good time.
All right.
It was snowing up here and it was cold, so we were down there. It was
Sweating.
It's
yeah.
like 80 degrees.
All right, shrooms or mollies?
Shrooms. I've never done a Molly in my life. I don't know what
All right, J. Cole or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
All right, I like your honesty. People might hesitate. The only one you hesitated on was Hubby or Bay.
Well, yeah, I don't
was
know.
confused.
I
He
mean,
had no idea
Hubby.
what you talking about.
Now you said shrooms. Now, you rap a lot about drugs on the album. I didn't know if you were really into drugs or was it just rap? I don't know.
No, I've definitely later on in my life, I've used shrooms. You know, like I actually one of the first times I took shrooms was in Africa, and we went South Africa, and I took these. This dude had these concentrated psilocybin drops, which is just pure extract. So I took one. We all wilded out, went to Nobu. For 8 hours, just the precursors of it. No bugging out, just laughing uncontrollably.
You were in Nobu for 8 hours?
Yeah, so at least 5.
They didn't kick y'all out?
Nah, in South Africa, in Nobu.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
The faces in there, it was just... that's all I remember is these crazy faces, man.
Now, with most New York rappers, if you look like, if you say Mobb Deep, they're known as a New York rapper, but you're not. You're just Action Bronson. Does that bother you at all? That people don't associate you necessarily from New York?
I mean, nah. I just think they're uneducated. You know, honestly.
You probably got more stamps on your passport than most.
I mean,
New York rappers.
I had to get a new passport. I had to add 30 extra pages also. Yeah, straight up. You know, I'm a Queens native. There's no other place I'm from. You know, there's no other place that explains me. It's just straight Queens. If you don't understand, where could I be from? If you hear me talk, you know I'm not from Indiana. You know what I mean? I might look it, but I'm not, you know?
Who are some other artists that hit you up like on the regular on your phone asking you to, you know, just that you
Just
consider
saying
your
what
friends?
up.
Yeah.
Vince Staples hits me up constantly, and we always talk to each other.
I saw you hanging out with Raekwon the other day.
Yeah, Ray. I mean, Ray's the man. He's always showed love since the beginning. Yeah, I talk to Ray a lot. I talk to Prodigy. That's really it. You know, like a lot of younger dudes that are not really like that popping. I keep in contact with a select few, not too many. I don't like to be fake with people. You know what I mean? I dig it, but what do we have to talk about other than, you know, rap music or something like that? You know?
Right.
Now, Alchemist, you was one of the architects of that 90s sound. What makes you gravitate towards Bronson?
I mean, you know, first when we met, it was like first just music. You know, I dug his stuff, and then we kind of clicked. Because, you know, when you make music, you end up, in my travels, it's like you make the best music with the people you're cool with. So we just kind of clicked. Like, I don't remember what it was when we first met. I think I asked him to hook me up with some weed, and he just gave me an ounce and was like, take that. I think it was that. It was something like that. At first,
that, yeah.
I love how people become friends over weed.
I mean, you know,
Because
he
it
could've
wasn't
just-
nothing. He's a legend
really
to me.
does.
You know,
He
he's like one of the people I grew up. You know, not to say he's an old man, but you know, he's not young.
Nah, but you know that was first. We, you know, was the music. Then we linked, and I was like, this kid is, you know what I mean. This is somebody I could be, you know, friends with, and we kind of linked like that. And through time, him coming out to L.A., we working, and we just built a relationship where it was like, that's how we broke the ice to make more than just a joint here or there. And it was like, I know what he's about now, and I know how to fit the right beats. So when we get up, it's like a guarantee we're going to make something anytime. You know?
Well, I take rap literally, man. So there's a few things off the album I need to know. Can you really speak 6 languages in 3 voices?
I can speak 2 languages and 2.5 voices.
What 2 languages?
I just speak English and Spanish, and I understand a little bit of Albanian, but I don't speak it fluently, which I'm embarrassed about. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm going to be honest.
Have you ever really been in first class with a hard? Because I thought it was just me.
100%.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Like coming back from Texas, I had a hard on, and I was sitting in first
Is
class.
it just random, or were you thinking
A lot of times when you
daydreaming?
fly, I don't know, something
I don't know
about
what
it.
it's like
you
to
had
have
a
a
hard on
penis.
coming back from Austin?
Yeah.
Were you sitting
But I
next
was
to
sitting
Alchemist?
next to you.
Wow.
Weird.
Dog, there's a separation there,
awkward.
fam. You don't need to know that.
It's good to know.
Wait, so were you daydreaming, or is it just a random?
It's the pressure or something that, you know.
Early morning flights, early morning woodies on first class.
Yeah, exactly. You just, you know, damn, I'm up here. I got all this room. Might as well get comfortable.
What if you guys both had hard-ons at the same
That's
time?
crazy.
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't be conversing
Your
about that.
imagination.
Crazy.
We wouldn't know about
That's
that.
not something you turn your homework and be like, yeah, I got a hard on.
Me too, son.
And you also said overseas you probably got mad kids you don't even know about.
That could be a possibility.
You got to start wearing condoms overseas.
Damn.
Or at least pull out,
Listen, I
prematurely ejaculate.
never.
Rappers think when they're overseas it doesn't count.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's
Even though
overseas,
you burn in Queens.
they wear
can't find
different
it.
outfits. They no condoms.
Straight up,
you know?
I know dudes that only wear certain tight shirts in
Yeah, out
Europe. They
here.
will not wear that in New York.
Now you
But
paid homage to Lost Boys too. You said you'd resurrect Freaky Ty to do your ad.
I have to, man. That's why I grew up on that LB fam. You know, he's just one of the best. You know, he's kind of like Migos are now. He started that crazy ad lib stuff in the back. You know.
I thought about that.
Do you feel like this is your debut album though?
It is my debut album because I put a lot more work into this than I did a lot of other projects.
Gotcha.
Like the Blue Chip stuff. That was really like just having fun and going in. It's not really like taking time to listen to the EQ of the drum or the EQ of the bass. On this project, I really, really dug in and like was in the studio for 95% of everything being done.
Do numbers matter to you?
Yes and no.
Explain.
Yes, because you know you want to show that you know you're on that level of artist where people dying to just buy your music. I've given a lot of stuff out for free, and I've made a lot of money on the road. So in that sense, I don't care. But now I'm not dealing with an independent situation. I'm dealing with people that are looking at me like, oh, they're only gonna, you know, do better for you when you're showing that you're moving for them.
Right.
So me making numbers happen is gonna be a lot more helpful for myself in my situation with the label, and they're gonna want to push me more and do more things possibly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did you think about things like, what is my first single gonna be? Is this a radio-friendly song? Things that you never thought about before?
Rappers think that every new song is their single. Yo, the newest song that they just made is their single. I thought mad songs were my single. I don't know what a single is, but Baby Blue, the new one, is definitely
Mark
my
Ronson
best shot.
Right. I like that. And Acting Crazy I hear that on the radio.
It's on the radio
like
a lot, but I would, you know, I don't know. I can't call it. Baby Blue is more of a
musical.
Yeah, it's more of a musical piece. The other one is more of it's like a street single.
But that's good because then that keeps you, you know.
It keeps me on both
They
sides.
probably said we're gonna throw this out first, so your core fan base.
See how it sticks, and then we'll go
put
from
out
there.
the one
Absolutely.
that's a little different for you.
Listen.
It's like I work at a label.
Yeah. I don't know how these people think, honestly. I just don't get it sometimes, but
What is it like for you in a meeting when you have to sit down and like go over?
I can't even see you in a label meeting.
Yo,
What is that
it's so
like?
crazy. It's ridiculous. The breakdowns, I'm just sitting there like this, because you know I don't like doing those types of things. But you have to. You have to be on top of your business and know exactly. You got to know who your marketing person is. You got to know who's doing this. You got to know who's doing that. You got to know who's doing this. You got to have everybody under control, and you got to show face and be like, listen, you know, you guys are ready to work this, and just talk to people and build relationships with people. And I feel like I've done that. I feel like I know a lot of the people that are working on this project, down from the lowest to the highest. And that's pretty much the way it is.
And you do
now.
have a TV show coming.
Oh, I have a TV show for sure. We have the web series called That's Delicious right now out on Vice Munchies, and it will be coming to a cable network near you in the fall.
Is it HBO?
Can't disclose which network it is.
I just
but
read that,
It
so I
will.
don't know.
It will. It's a major move.
It better be MTV because they love you in that building.
Well, help me out, man. Let's go. I could do. I'm not exclusive.
Okay.
This is a non-exclusive thing.
Now, how hard is it to not rap on records? Because like I hear the road, the new idea, and I'm like, that's a tough track, but you don't rap. Like, how hard is it to say, you know what? I'm just gonna let that one ride out.
You gotta. I mean, I was like, you know, I gotta think out of the box on this and just let it go. I just let it go, man. Honestly, I did less thinking and more from the gut, just feeling, just, you know what? Boom, let's do this. This feels good right here. This feels like a movie. I'm more trying to paint a scene and create a whole spectrum of sound other than hit people with just single songs. So with this album, I'd love it to be listened through the whole way, you know, so you could hear the transitions and the interludes and for it to make sense.
Now, having lost 40 pounds recently, has that changed your sex life?
No, my sex life was incredible before. Just new moves.
Because I read
Better
that you like to
moves.
get the back of your knee licked and
That
you
was.
like to get your thigh bitten. And
I
all
was
that
just
shit.
talking crazy. I was just talking
You
crazy.
looked really high in that.
I was out of control. I didn't know what I was saying. Honestly, I looked at that and I was pissed.
That interview was
I
not
was like,
sanctioned.
"What did I?" I was a non
that
was a
wasn't
non-sanctioned
but it was
interview at South by
explanatory because you had
Southwest.
that huge
Wasn't authorized.
joint.
It
with
was
your-
like that.
Yeah.
It was like the cigar, the whole cigar roll.
Do you feel like this album tells your story?
I think it does. I feel like this album tells you exactly who I am and what my influences are and where I am musically in my life and where I am in my life, period, you know? I feel great. My mind is clear and I'm just, I'm ready to tackle everything that's put in my path. And not only that, I'm at my most creative at this point, I feel. Just, from just everything that's going on. Just ideas just pop up all the time and it's not like anybody else's.
Who would you love to work with that you haven't with yet?
Carlos Santana.
Carlos Santana.
Straight up, man.
Really?
Straight up, I love him. Like, we were in South Africa and I saw him at breakfast. I couldn't even say a word to him. I was like,
You didn't even speak?
I couldn't because he's
Fanned
my
out.
idol. I
Yeah.
fanned out. He was one of the first albums I've ever heard in my life in my father's car back in the day driving to Bear Mountain. And,
Bear Mountain.
Straight up.
We used to take those trips too. Bro.
Bear Mountain, man. Carlos Santana is one person for sure.
But we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Man, thank
Yes,
you guys for having me
congratulations.
again, man.
Album
for
in
sure.
stores right now. Make sure you pick it
Yeah.
up.
Album's dope too.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Wonderful.
man.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the Breakfast Club. Action Bronson. Alchemist.
Yes.
Yep.